Hello and welcome to week 11 of our psychology seminar, and kind of an exciting one. We've been talking about joining the APA and doing this, and now what we're going to be looking at is getting a little bit more into that and into networking. And the importance of networking really cannot be understated. The idea that we can connect with other students that we're studying with, that you connect with me and with other faculty. And we're going to go beyond that and connect with students in the mental health program who have similar passions to you. And even beyond that, to students in the entire community college system who are studying psychology. Although we are the only psychology program in the entire state, in the community college system, there are other students interested in networking with us. And ultimately, KVCC is looking at a honors society here for our psychology students. So let's go into what I prepared for you in Brightspace. We are entering into the class here. I go to the content, of course, and here we are with the networking. What we're going to be looking at here is, a little bit about networking. The Facebook group, Statewide Psychology Club, is on its way, and the Psi Beta, actually, I need to correct that. It's actually called Psi Beta. Psi Chi, or Chi, not quite sure how to pronounce that, is actually the honor society for baccalaureate programs. So if you're going to go from here to a program to get your bachelor's degree in psychology, you would go from Psi Beta to Psi Chi. And incidentally, Psi Chi is the largest national honor society in the country. So lots and lots going on there. So aside from that little spelling mistake on my standpoint here, we have a little bit about networking. I give you the link right here to go into the Face Group site. I'll come back to that later because we can visit that link. Here's a little bit about the Statewide Psychology Club, and here's a little bit about Psi Beta. You can click on there and learn about it. It's not something that you necessarily join directly. The joining is to create a chapter, and I'm about halfway filling out that application. I intend to have it done in a few weeks, submit it, and hopefully I've actually been on the phone with them talking about the unique aspect of this new program, and they didn't think that it was going to be a problem at all to create this this particular chapter. The reason why I was on the phone with them is because usually when you have honors programs that are developed, you have to have shown a record of people who have graduated with a particular GPA. And I mentioned to them, I was just inquiring, should I wait, a couple semesters and maybe a couple years before I do this? And they said, no, that's really not that important. What we're really looking at is creating chapters for Psi Beta. So off I went to describe all that in the application. So you could take a look at that, but the immediate thing that you can take action on is the KVCC Applied Mental Health and Psychology Facebook group. You click on there, and it brings you to Facebook, and it is the KVCC Applied Mental Health and Psychology. I think it looks kind of funny because I haven't logged in on this browser, so I'm going to log in. Hopefully that's correct, and we'll get a real picture of what this site looks like. Here we go. So here's the group. You can see that there's activity that is, goes to last post here was in October. So we're going to have to liven that up a little bit. And this site does have a history of having people connect with each other about jobs, about what's it like going to UMA, or what's it like going to UMO, or anything like that. There's a lot of friendly stuff going on in there. So you have the opportunity to join that group and get involved in those conversations. And let's see if we psychology students can liven it up a little bit with our presence. So that's sort of this week, is to kind of take a look at these things as one discussion, where I have you kind of describe a networking thing that has happened to you. Maybe you could have been in school and you were very interested in history, and you kind of got to know the history teacher and stay after school and have conversations, and then that ended up creating sort of an interesting colleague type relationship, and that later that person might have written you a letter of recommendation to get into school or something like that. These ways in which we connect with people, I've really, over the years that I've been in my profession, going to conferences and meeting people, and really I'm not really one naturally to just go and walk up to people, but I've actually made myself do that, as uncomfortable as it was. And it's probably not so much my personality, but my hearing, and worrying about whether I'm going to be able to understand what they say. And it's been awesome. I've met some rock stars in the field of psychology, some pretty famous names, and there were human beings just like you and I. I've reached out in email when I've been doing research on particular topics. Sometimes I've written the author. Boy, did they like that. I'd get an email right back saying, hey, thanks for reading my article, and conversations. And I actually had one of the authors of the principal articles that I was using in my dissertation actually helped me out, read my dissertation before I submitted it, and actually he's retired now. He was retiring, and in a way he sort of passed the baton to me a little bit. I'm not sure if that was official or not, but it was sort of passed on. I'm not going to be doing this research anymore. Do with it what you will. And I haven't jumped on that opportunity, but what a great conversation we had on email, back and forth about stuff that we liked talking about. And so it's a great way to do that. And hopefully, as we get the Psi Beta going, and we get the psychology club, you joined the APA and the psychology club, and are going to try and get, let's say, invitations to the regional APA conference, possibly next year, if we do that face to face, and head down probably in Boston or something, and we'll just all go down there and have a great time. Great time to meet people who are also passionate about psychology. So that's this week, and I look forward to hearing your stories of your own networking successes, and I will see you online.